Hey, what up, though? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here, back again with another Panthers video on a Victory Monday. You know what I'm saying, man? I had this video prepared, but something was going on my computer, so I said I might as well just go off the cuff and do it to you. It's not going to be like my normal live streams. I know I haven't done a regular live stream in a few weeks, but make sure you guys subscribe to keep up because I'm gonna get back on it, man. I got some things going on that I got planned for the channel, so been working on some stuff behind the scenes. So make sure you guys subscribe if you hadn't. I do Panthers content. This is a necessary blunt and sports talk. I am your host, Aaron Duncan. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, man. So I'm gonna start with the special teams and get this out of the way. This was a pretty good all-around game, period. Special teams, it was kind of weird. How about the Joey Slye situation? I know he missed the field goal, but how about the two misses total, actually? But how about the missed field goal on the fair catch kick? So if you guys don't know the rule, if you were confused as I am, I actually looked it up, and they kind of explained it a little bit more, too. But after a team fair catches a punt, you're allowed to kick off with a holder without a rush. A team is going to be lined up pretty much like a kickoff, but you get to kick it through the uprights. If you make it, it's good. We tried it from 67 yards. It was wide right, but I was surprised at the leg that Joey Slye actually had. I had no idea that he had that much leg. You know what I'm saying? You know, he kind of swole for a kicker. They always call him a swole kicker, but I didn't know he had that strong of a leg also. And he almost put it through. It missed. I will say this. Joey Slye is my fantasy kicker. I lost by 0.2 points. Had we not tried that, I would have won the game. So I'm just going to put that out there. But besides that, Ray McCloud, he struggled. I don't know how I feel about him. I'm defending him. He's got some speed back there. He's been close on a few, but he tends to make some mistakes. So you take the good with the bad, but it is what it is on that one. But from jump, for offense, the defense pretty much just spotted us. You know what I'm saying? The way the defense play, I'm going to talk about the defense because that's my favorite part. So I'm going to say those guys for last. But I can't talk about the offense without talking about them because they helped us so much. I mean, the offense was super, super efficient early on. I know they pretty much shut down Christian McCaffrey, but I got to give the offensive line credit. You know what I'm saying? We're beat up. Trey Turner's out. Greg Little is out. You know what I'm saying? And Dennis Daly, he's a 6th-round pick out of South Carolina, my favorite football team. Shout out to the Gamecocks for beating the Georgia Bulldogs on a big-time upset this week. However, Dennis Daly's a 6th-round pick. If you told me that a 6th-round pick was going to be starting against Shaq Barrett, who has 9 sacks already, and we would hold Shaq Barrett to 1 tackle and Ndamukong Suh to 2 tackles, I would tell you that you are crazy, especially after Shaq Barrett pretty much ruined the Panthers' game plan the first time they played. So I got to give credit to them, but I got to give credit to Norv Turner for actually making the adjustment this time around. Last time we played them, he left Darrell Williams on the island with Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett played on the pass rushing clinic. This time, we had Chris Manhurst helping out. We had Alex Armour helping out. We had Grant Van Roten coming over, double teaming every now and then. We had Christian McCaffrey chipping off sometimes. So shout out to Norv Turner for actually getting it right the second time around when he could have got it right the first time around when we played them. And we might be 5-1 right now instead of 4-2 had he made those adjustments because pretty much what happened is we had guys open in both times. It's just this time Kyle Allen was able to be accurate enough and hit the open guys, and he had time to throw, which wasn't the case for Cam Newton. Cam Newton was beat up. He was getting rushed a lot, and he wasn't accurate because he was hurt. So this time we just kind of took advantage on the matchup on the outside. We know the Bucs were going to commit to not let Christian McCaffrey beat them. I've heard the funny nickname is they've called Christian McCaffrey Barry Sanders instead of Barry Sanders. It's because he's so just deadly and slippery in open field. This guy, that's why Christian McCaffrey is the best to me. Even when you load the box and stack the box, he still has the receiving game. He can get it done. And I'm just happy that he was able to get in the end zone twice. And that big 1-yard touchdown run, we stuck the ball out. That was huge. We went for it on 4th and goal from that little half-inch yard line or whatever. And Riverboat Ron, he said, don't call him Riverboat no more. Call him Analytics Ron because he's not going to just gamble anymore. He's going based off the numbers. And that capped off a 99-yard drive, which is the longest drive we had because besides that, the defense really made easy work out of everything. But I got to like what we did offensively. Todd Bowles was like, hey, man, you got a quarterback we don't think can get it done. We're going to make you beat us on the outside. And even though they're not great against the pass, the Bucs, they forced us to beat us with the pass. And you saw Kyle Allen got everybody involved. That's the thing I love about our offense. You can't just shut down one guy or key on one guy. We have too much speed and athleticism and quickness on the outside that you will be abused with Curtis Samuel catching a crossing route, or Greg Olsen on the corner route, or DJ Moore on a slant or a comeback route and running after catch, man. We have a lot of different options on there. I am worried. I was nervous about DJ Moore getting hurt, however, because I thought about who is our next receiver. I know Jerry's right. He's only strictly a slot receiver because he's not that fast and he's not that big. He's not that strong, not that athletic. He's usually pretty clutch. Even though he wasn't as clutch this past game, he had some key drops where Kyle Allen put some beautiful passes right in his arms. But who will be the next guy up? Will we have to call Torrey Smith? Will we have to? I don't know what we'll do because I think we have a Zylstra or whatever. That's our next wide receiver if DJ Moore gets hurt. So that's just something to think about, keeping in the back of your mind, Panthers Nation, over the bye week. But DJ will probably be fine. But he kept playing, and this extra time off will be good for him anyway. But spreading the ball around, man, it's beautiful. Greg Olsen was very much involved after not catching a pass last week. He did have great blocking last week, but I know he was upset about not catching the ball. He got involved a lot. Everybody got involved offensively. Christian McCaffrey, I know he's pissed off, but you know North Turner's still going to be stubborn with that run. 22 carries, 31 yards. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, try some different things up, mix it up. Can't be that stubborn. I know you want to keep him honest, but there's a difference between being honest and just banging your head against the wall when you're only averaging 1.4, 1.7 yards per carry, wherever it was. But it is what it is because the defense made it easy. They were setting up short fields, and I think the longest field besides that 99-yard average, like starting field position, was like the 30-something yard line, and we had, 20 points off turnovers. But that's just a good segue to talk about our defense because moment of silence for our great defense. Yeah, I just had to thank God for blessing us with this great defense because we've had a defense for probably as long as I can remember in Carolina. But last year was not the case. I don't know what happened last year. It was apparition. We brought in so much depth. We changed the system. We got rid of some older guys and we got faster, and it's clearly showing. Shout out to Marty Herney for bringing in so much depth. Shout out to Ron Rivera for taking this defense by his hands and getting back to what got him the job in the first place, being a great defensive coordinator, making plays, dialing up stuff, dialing up different D-line combinations, dialing up stunts. Shout out to Eric Washington for coaching that nasty D-line. But it's easy when you have the depth that we brought in, whether it's Gerald McCoy or whether it's Bruce Irvin or whether it's Brian Burns. And like I said, I talked about the depth because I got to start with the boys up front. We know KK Short, probably our best D-lineman, has been hurt. However, we have not missed a beat. The Carolina Panthers lead the league in sacks. We're on pace to tie the NFL record for sacks in the season with 72. We have 27 through 6 games. It's a beautiful thing, guys. It's a beautiful thing. We're averaging, probably like 7 sacks over the past 3 games. And that's been the biggest difference. The past 3 or 4 games, that's been the biggest difference. You want to talk about what's the difference between Cam Newton play and Kyle Allen? The defense has really cranked it up, whether it's causing turnovers or getting sacks. If you guys remember back to the 2015 season when we went to the Super Bowl, I know it seems like a while ago, but we led the league in turnovers forced and takeaways. And we had the number 1 offense because of that, because every time we would give the offense the ball, Cam Newton was the most efficient quarterback in the red zone. So we would always get short fields. And when we got in the red zone, Cam Newton was taking advantage of it and making teams pay every time. And like I said, with 20 points off turnovers, it sounds like much of the same. So if this defense can really keep it up when we face these stronger teams coming up, I'll be happy to see. Of course, we got a tough back end of the schedule after the bye. We got San Francisco. We still got New Orleans twice. We got Seattle with Russell Wilson playing out of his mind. And we have Atlanta, who's always tricky. I know they don't look good, but Matt Ryan has been playing at a strong level. And they always give us trouble. We lost to them, the last 7 times in a row. So that's always going to be a good game. And I mentioned Green Bay. Green Bay's playing great. Aaron Rodgers is great. So our defense will be tested. The hardest work is in front of them, but they can keep up this with the pass rush on the front 4. I'm happy for it, man. I'm happy for Gerald McCoy. 2.5 sacks. I know a lot of y'all been hating on him, wondering why we brought him in, but he's been getting a lot of pressure if you pay attention. He may not get the sack numbers, but he's always been close and causing some plays to be made because of his pressure. He was able to get 2.5 sacks against his former team. I could not be more happier for him. Donte Poe, this man, I thought he was just a space eater, a big guy to take up space, but he's actually been making plays, making statement plays at that. But I can't talk about the D-line without talking about Vernon Butler. Vernon Butler, the very high draft pick that we got pissed at Gettleman for picking up because we were like, who is this dude? Why would you pick him in the first round? He's had the first round talent, but he just couldn't put it together. Ron Rivera said that it's been the system and the guys he's been playing with, whether it's Brian Burns, Bruce Irvin, that's really been helping him feed off of them and setting up certain stuff because they may get some double teams and chips on the outside and they may open up stuff inside. Vernon Butler had back-to-back sacks on Jameis Winston. I know he forced that first fumble and we couldn't get on the ball. All I can think about is the Rams game where we forced a bunch of fumbles and nobody recovered them. But Vernon said, man, if y'all not going to get it right this time, I'll give y'all another chance. Got another strip sack on Jameis and it was all there from there. 7 sacks total. Brian Burns got involved. Bruce Irvin got him a half sack, like I said. And the thing about it is, guys, our leading sack guy on the team is Mario Addison. He did not register a sack. He didn't have a great game whatsoever, pretty much. From what I said, pretty quiet. But we still have so many different guys that can do it, man. The same way we have a bunch of different weapons that you never know what his game plan for on offense. It's the same way on our D-line because our leading sack guy did not get a sack, but we still sacked the quarterback 7 times. That's outrageous, man, if you think about it. 5 interceptions, 2 more fumble recoveries, man. 7 turnovers total, 7 sacks, a bunch of hits and QB pressures, a bunch of almost sacks that we almost had on Jameis. Jameis is slippery. I got to give him credit for that. And we pretty much turned Jameis in the back what we thought it was. Everything is right with the NFC South because the Panthers are big boys and bullying on the Tampa Bay Bucs. Once again, man, and it was a beautiful thing. Linebackers, of course, Luke got him a pick. Javion Elliott got a pick. James Bradbury started the game with a pick and pretty much ended the game with a pick, of course. Ross Cocker, I can't say much more about him. I love this guy's story, breaking his leg. He was a good zone corner before he got to us. And he has his struggles in man every so often in the secondary. Did give us some big plays. Bradbury almost got beat a couple times by Mike Evans. It was just some drops by Mike Evans, so we dodged that bullet. But when you play DB, some things are going to happen. Mike Evans is an elite receiver. Chris Godwin has been balling this year. So they're going to get their numbers. And like I said, 196 of Jameis' 400 yards came in the fourth quarter anyway, so a lot of it was just garbage time stats. We pretty much shut these guys down. We stopped the run, which we struggled to do the first time we played them. I like the way we made adjustments and realized that we're playing as a superior team, and we showed it from the beginning to the end. Yeah, we let them come back, but I never really had any doubt that we would lose this game, even though they made it cut down to 11. So I never really had much doubt in my mind about it, but it is what it is. I know some of y'all were nervous. Thieves Avenue, the secondary, I love it. Eric Reed has been playing more of a third linebacker role since Shaq and Luke are pretty much on the field all the time. We run a lot of nickel. Eric Reed was the one that got pressure on Jameis a little bit to force that interception to Luke does what he does. He's the best linebacker in the game. I just got to give my respect there. I got to shout out Shaq Thompson every video because I feel like a lot of the stuff he's been doing has been going under the radar too. So shout out to you, Shaq. Shout out to you guys, Thieves Avenue. Shout out to James Bradbury, 2 picks. He's trying to get paid in his contract year. Yes, he did give us some yards, like I said, but he's been making plays on the ball, which is one thing that he never really did in his career. He was always like let a guy catch it in front of him and make the tackle, or he would be an almost there type of guy, or he'd be a pass breakup type of guy, or he'd just be running with the guy and not make a play on the ball. He's upped his game to become a playmaker now. Now, since Donte's been out, Ross Cocker has been having 2 picks too. Shout out to Marty Herney for the depth. Shout out to Ron Rivera for really putting his hands on his defense, like I said before, and making this stuff happen. We have tremendous depth, even though we've had injuries. The offensive line has been patchwork, but you never would have thought that with the depth we picked up that we had this many problems on the offensive line. And same thing with the D-line and the secondary. The guys are stepping up. No-name guys are stepping up. Not no-name, but second-string guys like Vernon Butler and Ross Cocker are stepping up when we need them the most. And you got to love it. We're winning in different ways, guys. So I'm not going to let the national media distract us from what the hell Cam Newton versus Kyle Allen hype. You know what I'm saying? Notice how they're barely talking about us winning 4 games in a row and how good our defense is playing. When they bring up our 4-game winning streak, they're mentioning Kyle Allen the headline, or they may give Christian McCaffrey a little bit of credit, but our defense has been making it possible for any quarterback to win. If you get the Buccaneers, you guys realize the Buccaneers had 16 possessions. Let me tell you how easy this is. So the Buccaneers had 16 possessions in this game. That's a lot of possessions. I'm not going to lie. 16 possessions is a lot. But we had 7 turnovers. Almost half of the Buccaneers' possessions were turnovers. That's a crazy stat. And like I said, when you give that many extra possessions to an opposing quarterback in offense, especially with short field, especially on the first play of the game, it doesn't matter. As long as the quarterback kind of just doesn't crash the car, whether it's Kyle Allen or Cam Newton, don't do anything crazy and turn the ball over. You win this turnover battle, we're going to win games. I think Ron Rivera pointed out that whenever we win the turnover differential, we're like 90% in his career and when it comes to winning. So that tells you a lot about what we need to do as a team. Don't turn the ball over, take it away, get after the quarterback. That's a recipe for a Super Bowl caliber team. I know we see a lot of teams that are built like this that have won those those titles before. We suffered to one of those teams when we played Denver in the 2015 Super Bowl. So we know firsthand about how being able to win with an elite defense and a good running game and a running back like we have. But not to mention we have other weapons on the outside like Curtis and DJ Moore that can make plays, and a reliable veteran in Greg Olsen and Jarius Wright. So the sky's the limit for us right now, man. We're going into this bye week. I'm feeling pretty good. We have a very, very tough matchup with the 49ers. Their defense is real, man. I'm not scared of their offense. They're just going to try to run the ball and do some exotic stuff. We have struggled against Kyle Shanahan a little bit when he was in Atlanta, guarding them and whatnot. But I'm not worried. I like the way we're playing right now. And I think it'll be a great game for us. It'll be an offensive struggle because these two defenses are going to be coming to play with two nasty D lines, because I think they're third in the league in sacks and we're first in the league. So they're going to be coming with it, but I think we got something to bring. We got some. We have some weapons to bring to that game. So it's going to be a dog fight. It's going to be a gunfight, whatever you want to call it, sword fight. But we're going to be ready coming out that bye. We can get healthy. We're going to get Greg Little back probably out of concussion protocol, hopefully. I know he's had two first 4 weeks of the season. Hopefully Trey Turner will be back with that ankle. It'll be 5 weeks. If it's really an ankle sprain, he should be back after 5 weeks. The ankle sprain is about a 3 or 4 week injury. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he'll be back. But Darrell Williams has been holding down at right guard. So I feel pretty good about where we at, man. Do not let the national media distract you from the fact that we're winning 4 games and we're probably one of the hottest teams in the league right now, next to like San Fran. So I'm feeling pretty good about us, man. I'm not worried about the BS that they're trying to create around us. We have a good team. We have an elite defense. We have the best running back in the league. It's a beautiful thing, man. But you guys let me know down below in the comments how you feel about this game, man. How you feeling about the Panthers going into that bye week? I know the second half of the season is going to be tough. Like I said, Wilson, Rodgers, Ryan again, Breeze probably twice. I'm sure maybe Teddy once or so. But it's going to be tough. But you guys let me know what you think about this defense. I'm excited. You geeked up like me? You ready to keep it going, man? Let me know down below in the comments. But without further ado, I'm Aaron Duncan signing off from this here Blunt Sports Talk. I'll see you next time. Peace.